Welcome back to everybody to Big G's blog. Today we're going to be introducing a more serious topic upon my channel. It will be called depression. Now there's many people with depression issues. Two of them I'm going to be talking about today are Chester Bennington and Ron Williams. Chester Bennington was born March 20th, 1976, Phoenix, Arizona, United States, and killed by his own hands in July 20th, 2017. Now, from what I know, Chester Bennington was the top vocalist of Linkin Park, and also the lead vocalist that is in Linkin Park. By 2002, Linkin Park has published an album called Hybrid Theory. Now, that's what skyrocketed Chester Bennington's career fully, because his record company thought that was a platinum gold album. Now, there's many interviews from Chester Bennington himself saying that yes, he said these exact words: "Yes, I always thought about dreaming to get to the top of everything, but I'm not happy." Now, everybody says this, I hear this a lot, that, oh, you got money, you got this, you got that, you should be happy. Understand this. It's not about how much you have. Sometimes you just need people beside you that actually truly care. Because look at Chester Bennington, the lead singer of Linkin Park. He had other side projects where he was in other bands, and he was in a movie called Crank. I think I'm saying that right. And Crank 2, and Saw 3D. Now, there's points that people need to truly understand. People go through, it doesn't just say, oh, I'm gonna up and end my life. It's more of that people need to understand that it's a build-up, because there's so much pressure into somebody's mind. Because Chester Bennington, he was a loving father of 6 kids. Listen closely. People listen to his music because it gives people joy. His music was his escape. Everything he wrote, if you listen to it closely, he writes his fears. His mind bottling, everything that's caught up in his mind, he brings into a song. Because he's yelling out to you, saying that yes, I am not happy, but this is the way I show to hide it. Because I'll admit, I do have mild depression. But understand, at different points of life, it's different for everybody. Some people bottle it up, some people, it's like that. Now, the way he was found at his house with alcohol in his system and hanging, and his housekeeper found him like that. It was a showing that there was so much to take that in his mind that before everything fully snapped. Because because as a normal person, I don't know him physically, I'm not friends with him, I don't know anything. I'm just telling you what I feel, what I see as a person from my point of view. Because he had platinum albums, he had been in movies, he had really high selling albums. But look, depression will really hit you. And it's not about how much money you make, it's not what cars you have. The people that are party or with you, friends, family, loved ones, kids, you might not think about it, but those true people that are on your side, no matter who they are, will love you for no matter what. People are always saying that, yeah, he did have people loving him, why did he do it? It's not exactly saying why did he do it. Don't say why did he do it. Say what was he going through. That's the better question. Because depression is not a thing that people just want. It's not a need. It's not a thing to show off. It's not a joy. It's a thing that's in your own mind that tortures yourself. I'll give you an example. You know how when you put your hand in the fire and you feel it hurts? It goes, you put it in and you go, ow! Just remember that. But think about that in your mind, that that's what your mind's doing it to itself. That you feel that you have to keep on doing that. That your mind is just clenching up, like of all the pain. This keeps on clicking. And slowly, you're so trapped back into the darkness that you don't feel the feeling anymore. That you just want to cry out for help. But you know in your own mind, there are people around you, but you don't see them. Now, 2 months before Chester Bennington's death, his best friend died the same exact way, by hanging. Now, for Chester, that was a big push into his heart that his best friend died. So tell me that. People need to understand, it's when you lose somebody that close, friends, especially your best friend, it does a lot of damage to you when you're already in that space of mental problems. And from what I know about Linkin Park, they are releasing a new album. But from what I read up in 2020, besides that, I don't see anything else about for Linkin Park. But for the next person, Robin Williams, one of my favorite actors. One of my favorite actors, comedians. And all around, like you could see that he was trying to put joy to the table always, like everything, no matter what, it was to I never really watched Mork and Mindy when I was younger. I didn't really understood it, but now that I'm older, I see it more as it's more of not even the script. It's just him running around and just being him. It's his own mind. Robin Williams was a very intelligent man. Like, because of Mork and Mindy, that's what really gave him the push to become the iconic role Popeye. And especially like with that, there's points in a person's life, especially with Robin Williams, Chester Bennington, that everybody has problems of being happy. Chester Bennington's escape was music. Robin Williams was acting and being comedian at the role. I don't know if anybody knows this, but did you know Robin Williams was frequently called up to Steven Spielberg's office to make, on speakerphone, make the people laugh? That's how good he is. And because of that, there was many roles that he did. I think it was called The Fisherman or The Fisherman. It was an interesting movie. I never really seen most of it. I only seen like a couple of scenes, but I would like to watch it again. There was Aladdin being the genie. A lot of energy. Like, you could see that he was very energetic. That everything just came through his mind, and it just kept on going. That you could see that he was there, that he wanted to be there. It wasn't just he forced himself. He was happy to be there. There was Mrs. Doubtfire. You would never know it was him. Like, that's how good it was to understand the way of a person's mind. Now, Robin Williams did die from hanging. It was confirmed that, but they say also he was forced to be hanged and stabbed. Now, they say he was a coke addict, and that's what led to that. I don't think so. I think it truly was depression. Because I forget what talk show thing Robin Williams was on, where he was talking to somebody, and he said, suicide is a long time commitment. It's a serious commitment. Meaning that if you take that road, that's the end of that road. Saying that I think something truly broke in his mind for him to end his life. Because for a funny and lovable man like Robin Williams, betraying Peter Pan and Hook, it shows that such a wonderful, great man bringing to the table every day, showing love. Understand this. It's not about money. It's not about cars. It's not about all the pretty women you can get. Depression will hurt you. So understand this. People that truly don't understand, listen up. Because it never is about money. It's not about the fame. These people have pushed themselves to actually truly believe that they were good. Half the time, they just keep on going and they will never think they're good. Some of these people lost their lives. One of them, I'm going to be honest with saying, that should be still here today, is Chris Farley. Yes, he died from a cocaine overdose, but in letters and magazines and everything I could think of, they said he could have been saved. But she left him to die. Yes, it might not be considered suicide about what I'm saying, but that's still called depression, because Chris Farley was one of the few people that have heavily depressed life. So understand and believe when people say they want to end it, it's not a joke. They're not trying to get your attention. They feel alone. So this is a Big G's blog, and I'll be out.